Hello, magical people. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and welcome back to my YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. I'm very happy to be here with you all today on this very special astrological time to talk about the Mercury Cazimi in Gemini that we're having exact on June 14th, 2024. So I'm going to talk about what this means for the whole collective, but also what this means for the 12 sun, moon, and rising signs as well. So let me know how you're feeling in the live chat and the comments below. Hope you're all doing well. Hello, Heather. You say hello, Meg. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. And we've got Tracy here too. Good day, all. Hello, Meg. Can't wait to see you soon, Tracy, in England. And speaking of that, Jens and I have one spot left on our Sacred England retreat that we're hosting from July 3rd to July 12th. So if you'd like to be the last person to sign up via last minute registration, go to my website, megmoonbeam.com for full details on our Sacred England retreat. We are so freaking excited. And also, you guys, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube and Rumble channels. I really appreciate all of your support. And yeah, I do offer personal astrology readings as well that are available at the link in the description box of this video, consultations.beyondmystic.net. So really interesting time that we are in right now, being that it is, Gemini season. We've, of course, got the sun in Gemini. We've just had Jupiter, the great benefic ingress into Gemini as of May 25th, 2024 of this year. And on Friday, June 14th, we are going to have exact Mercury Cazimi, okay? Which a Cazimi is one of my most favorite astrological words, which is an ancient Arabic word meaning in the heart of the sun. And a Cazimi is when we have a planet exactly conjunct the sun in an exact conjunction. So Mercury, the ruling planet of Gemini and Virgo, is in one of his home signs right now of Gemini, going to be conjunct the sun. Now, this is a very special Cazimi. And we do have Cazimis quite often because Mercury is, of course, the planet that is closest to the sun in our solar system and conjuncts the sun quite often throughout the year. But to have a Mercury Cazimi in Gemini, one of Mercury's two home signs, is very, very powerful and is like the most powerful Mercury Cazimi you could possibly have, unless it was a Mercury Cazimi in Virgo. And this is very special because there's this huge theme this month of Gemini. As I said, Sun in Gemini, just Jupiter just ingressed into Gemini. And Gemini is all about information, communication, common sense, freedom of speech. It's the exchanging of information and ideas. Gemini is an air sign in astrology. It's highly creative, it's highly social and curious, and it's one of the most fun and lighthearted signs as well. So it's a very bright, light, intelligent, creative, fast-paced sign. And with Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, conjunct the sun, whenever we have a Cazimi, we are receiving direct, very strong downloads and insights regarding whatever areas of life that planet rules that is in conjunction with the sun. So Mercury Cazimis are very special because Mercury rules insight, download, information. So to have Mercury in his home sign conjunct the sun, this is going to be some really big downloads and insights for the whole collective that are going to come through. And we're going to talk about what this means for the collective, but also for each of the 12 signs, depending on where we have Gemini in our personal astrology charts. So I'm really curious about this. I'm in my Gemini curiousness about this, and I'm really excited about this. And I feel like we've already started to be in the influence of this Mercury Cazimi, even though it is not exact until Friday, June 14th at 12:32 p.m. Eastern time. That is the exact moment of Sun conjunct Mercury. Kazimi. So I'm curious if you guys are feeling this at all. And if you don't know what the heck a Kazimi is and it's your first time hearing about this, then that's totally okay too. But I'm curious, let me know in the live chat or the comments below if any of you have been having profound insights, ideas, downloads coming through for you personally in your lives in the past week, because I've been noticing it for myself within the past week, and of course, seeing it in the collective. So I've already said Mercury is in his home sign of Gemini, so this is a very potent Kazimi. And this Kazimi is not just Mercury in his home sign, but also at 24 degrees, which is a Pisces degree. So it's, and we're going to look through each of the 12 signs, what this means for everybody in particular, depending on your sun, moon, and rising sign. But there's a very big theme with this Kazimi being at a Pisces degree, actually around the Pisces ruled areas of life. And it's very interesting because Pisces, of course, ruled by the planet Neptune, modern day ruler, is the sign in astrology that rules spirituality, our psychic gifts, mysticism, dreams, sleeping, also healthcare and healing institutions, mental health, sacred sites and places, oceans, boats, and marine life, to name some of the main things that Pisces rules. So it's very dreamy, it's very watery, it's very spiritual. So these are like spiritual breakthrough insights that are coming through, if you will, for us all as a collective of truth and for us all personally. And we're already seeing, in life, let me see if I have the right slides here before I show what I'm going to show. There's so much information coming out in the collective regarding the healthcare and the healing institutions in the past week. We've had major bombshells of information and probably some things that I'm missing. So let me know, you guys, if there's anything that I'm missing in the comments below so I can put it in my notes. But we've had several different information breakthroughs coming out to the public regarding, the experimental shots. I'll just put it that way because I'm multi-streaming on YouTube and Rumble, so I have to be careful how I communicate this. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals acknowledges plaintiff's claim that COVID-19 mRNA jab is not a vaccine, but a therapeutic. So that just came out within the past week. Very big news. We also had, what was the other thing? Oh my God, I'm finding with this Gemini season, it's just like so much information that I'm having a hard time remember what the next thing I'm going to say is. Oh yeah, we had Dr. Fauci last week, of course, take the stand and basically admit that he made up the 6 feet apart mandate and made up all these mandates. So there's all this information regarding COVID, regarding the shots coming out during this Gemini season. And as we get closer and closer to this Mercury Kazimi, regarding the truth, Gemini rules truth in astrology, Mercury, Sun, Kazimi in Gemini, of healthcare and the healing institutions and hospitals and pharmaceuticals, Pisces, at a Pisces degree. We're also seeing, who in life is still under this mind control. Pisces rules mind control and brainwashing. So this week through, just noticing it in people or conversations that we're having with loved ones or coworkers or friends, we can really start to realize, Gemini actually factually realize how brainwashed, mind controlled some people in certain areas of our life still are. So that can be a theme as well, because Pisces rules mind control. The positive of this, because we do have Venus conjunct this Mercury Kazimi, which is a benefic planet. We've got both of the benefic planets in Gemini. So this Mercury Kazimi is very, very positive. Overall, we could have positive news about people in our personal lives waking up to the information that is coming up, wanting to have very perhaps intense conversations with us as well, not calling us crazy anymore, but actually wanting to learn about maybe some of the things that we shared that we were maybe standing for in recent years that we got called crazy for, right? So it always fascinates me how Pisces rules healthcare, healing institutions, pharmaceuticals, behind the scenes places, healing institutions, but it's also, spirituality and oneness and bliss and our higher self. Every sign has its positive expression. So for Pisces, the positive expression is, oneness, bliss, tranquility, um, the spiritual realms. But the dark side is lies, deception, not being grounded, mind control, and brainwashing. So that can be really in the forefront as a theme that we're noticing with maybe even ourselves. Those of us who think that we're the awakened ones, right? Which I don't think we're better than anyone else if you're seeing through the BS of the matrix of the world. But even us, there could be some major red pills that are coming up for us in the freedom movement, truther movement, spiritual community, in this week with this Kazimi, specifically tomorrow. And as I said, this Kazimi is conjunct Venus, the benefic goddess of love and beauty and the pleasures of life. So there can also be a theme of insights and downloads coming up for us around what is our relationship with pleasure, beauty, love? Are we even open to that right now? Venus is also about committed relationships in love and work. So, has there been something perhaps blocking us from enjoying the beauties of a committed relationship? And if so, the downloads can be coming through for that as well. And Venus, that great benefic that is conjunct the Mercury Sun Kazimi, will be in a square to Neptune, the ruling planet of Pisces. And when I was looking at that in the charts earlier and I was preparing for this video, hello, Sunny, nice to see you. Sending lots of love to Irby. Sorry, you guys, my best friend Sunny is in the chat, and her cat Irby had a little bit of a medical scare today. So we're just going to send all our love to Irby and Sunny. Love you guys. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. The Venus square to Neptune, when I was looking at the charts preparing to do this video today, I heard Spirit say, this is a dispelling of illusions, major dispelling of illusions, which so many illusions at the moment and things that are not as they seem with the current Neptune in his home sign of Pisces at 29 degrees critical degree, and granddaddy Saturn also in Pisces. There's a lot of illusions. And I feel like this Mercury Kazimi, even though it's in square to Neptune and Venus in square to Neptune, it's at a Pisces degree, it is helping us to dispel through illusions for us to wake up even more to the truths of life in our personal lives and in the collective, and also for the collective to wake up. So I feel like this might be an astrological transit that kind of goes a little bit underrated, if you will, in the astrology community, because we have a lot of Kazimis every year, annually. But this is a very special one because it's Jupiter in Gemini, it's Venus in Gemini. I'm getting the thumbs up. So Spirit, and I'm getting the fireworks. Oh my God. So I guess this is important what I'm saying. Usually annually we will have a Mercury Sun Kazimi in Gemini, but we haven't had Jupiter in Gemini in 12 years, the great benefic. So I feel like this is just very powerful, and this is why I wanted to do this video today. And we're going to go through what this means for each of the 12 signs in a few minutes. Sunny says, yes, can't wait for everyone to watch the new weekly prediction too. The Kazimi is definitely at play with that. I'm picking up on for the week. And yes, shout out to Sunny, who is now doing weekly crystal predictions here on my Meg Moonbeam channel and her Sunny from Pluto channels. If you guys haven't checked out Sunny's latest weekly crystal predictions video that she did, it's on the channel under newest videos. Go check that out. It was absolutely fire. So I can't wait for Sunny's new weekly prediction that will be coming out either tomorrow or Saturday. So of course, Sunny just went through the medical emergency with her cat, so it will be coming out when she's ready to share it. Hi, Jill. Nice to see you here. Yeah, so I've already talked quite a bit about this Gemini in some of my daily astro shows already and some of my latest content. So I'm feeling to just get right into what this means for each of the 12 signs, because I feel like I've already talked a lot about what this means for the collective. This whole Gemini energy and Mercury Cazimi in Gemini, lots of information that is being revealed in the collective for all of us personally. And it's a lot. Whenever I look at social media or whenever I go online, I'm blown away by the new developments that are happening with truth and common sense that are coming out. And these are really big things. These are things that are a really big deal because we've got Pluto all month in a trine to Jupiter in Gemini. So Pluto is like the planet of power and importance. So it's very important, powerful information that a lot of it has been kept secret coming out to the forefront. So I do think during this time it is important to sometimes take breaks from all the information that's coming out, and social media kind of breaks or detoxes, but also keeping in the loop is very important because it's so much information being revealed at this time, not just in the collective, not just in the collective, also for ourselves personally. And I have been sharing a lot lately in recent content that personally I've been having a challenging time meditating in recent years, just with like the energies. I've been finding it really hard to meditate. But I do feel like over the next few days, tomorrow, Friday, June 14th, with this Kazimi, would be an amazing day to either meditate, to journal, to chant, to visualize, to be in whatever space you like to be in, whether it's going for a walk, whatever it is, where you're open to receiving insights and downloads from source, from God, because this is huge breakthroughs for each of us personally. And let's go through each of the signs and talk about this. I'm feeling like spirit going, let's go to the 12 signs. Jill says, I've been really limiting my time on social media. It was getting to be too much. Yes, I totally agree with you, Jill. It can definitely get to be too much. Okay, so we're going to go through each of the 12 sun, moon, rising signs, little mini readings for this Mercury Cazimi. And I suggest that you most importantly listen to your sun and rising signs. You can also listen to your moon sign, but I feel like because there's nothing particularly involved, it's not a lunation. This is more to do with our transit astrology. Listening to your sun and rising signs will be most likely the most accurate predictions for this Mercury Cazimi. So, okay, we're going to start with the Aries, sun, moon, and risings. And let me make this chart a little bit bigger. Okay, so for Aries, sun, moon, and risings, all y'all are having this Mercury Cazimi, Mercury conjunct the sun exact, happening in your third house, which is the house of Gemini. And I always find it so cool that the Aries have, all the houses in alignment with the signs as the ruler of the houses. So for you, Aries, this is definitely a Mercury Cazimi where if you were just listening to what I just said, making time to journal or to meditate, to be with your ideas, to be open to receiving downloads and ideas, because Aries, I think there's some amazing ideas that can be coming through to you directly from God and source. And actually, Spirit wants me to pause right now and just explain something really quick. When we have Kazimis, we are receiving truth, we are receiving information directly from source, from God, right? The sun to me is definitely connected to God. And so when the sun is and has God's consciousness, and when a sun is exactly conjunct the planet, God is sharing us information regarding whatever areas of life that planet rules. It's coming directly from source. That's why us astrologers, when there's Kazimis, we're like freaking out. Oh my God, it's a Kazimi. You're receiving direct truths, direct insights from your highest self, from direct God source. So Aries, if there's anything that you've been confused about lately, if there's anything that you've been not sure about how to move forward with, June 14th, Friday, June 14th, and the days surrounding that, even right now as I'm filming this video, June 13th or June 15th, June 16th, is we're in the portal of energy of this Mercury Kazimi. Make time to, I'm hearing Spirit say, be with God, to sit with God, to sit with Source. And we all have different words for whatever we want to say. You know, the higher power is, we can say universe, God, source, creator, great mystery, whatever it is, to sit in solitude and be open to receiving the information and insights that want to come through. This is also a good time, Aries, to be around your friends and your siblings and your local community and communicating with them. There could be major insights that come through regarding those areas of life. Some of you, Aries, may be having a close friend or sibling or cousin or neighbor starting to wake up to what's been going on in the world and maybe starting to want to have some in-depth conversations with you about information that you know to help them on their path. There can also be insights in information regarding, the third house is learning, courses that we take, short distance travel, how we communicate, how we express ourselves, our day to day living, our community relationships. So, Aries, with this Mercury Kazimi happening in your third house of Mercury and Gemini, I think this is going to be a really big breakthrough day for all y'all. I think there could be a lot of heightened synchronicities in your local neighborhood. I would say, if you can, stay in your local neighborhood. Go for a drive. Gemini and Mercury rules cars. Go for a drive in your local neighborhood. And you're probably going to get a lot of really interesting signs and synchronicities just by driving in your local vicinity, going for a walk down the street in your local town. Some really cool things and maybe even opportunities coming up in those areas. So I love you, Aries, all very, very much. And I'm wishing you a very happy Mercury Kazimi. Mwah! Okay, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Shout out to all my fellow Tauruses. I am a Taurus rising. And, Tauruses, we've just come out of May. There were so many Taurus transits, very intense Taurus transits. Actually, even going back to April with the Jupiter Uranus conjunction, and then all the lucky ducky transits we were having in May. And the luck isn't over yet, Taurus. When I did the forecast for each of the 12 signs on my channel for June, I said, Taurus, June 2024, your luck ain't over yet. And that's because, yes, now a lot of the planets have moved out of Taurus and into Gemini, including Jupiter now into Gemini, but they're all in our second house. Okay. The house of Taurus, our house, the Taurus ruled areas of life, the house of income and money and resources and nature and day-to-day work and the pleasures and enjoyments of life. So Taurus says this is a very empowering Mercury Kazimi happening in our second house of Taurus, where I think it would be really good to spend some time outside in nature, meditating, journaling, visualizing some of those things that I suggested, to be open to receiving the direct information, clarity, insights from source, from your higher self, from God. There can be major insights and clarity coming through regarding income, steady income. Taurus is about total stability, right? So if any of you Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Risings have been going through issues with abundance or income or financial security, this Mercury Kazimi can be really highlighting that for you, bringing that clarity in for you about maybe what to do professionally moving forward that is a steady income. Also, not just money, the second house is pleasures and enjoyments of life and nature. So there can be some major insights and clarity coming through around how to better just enjoy yourself in life and have some pleasure, how to better be in, pleasure, right? And enjoyment. So Taurus says this is a day to be in, well, not just a day, a time to be your Taurus selves, to be in your Taurus energy, because yes, all those planets have moved. Well, we still got Uranus in Taurus and Mars in Taurus, but no worries that Jupiter is at a Taurus, because he's in Gemini in our second house of Taurus for the whole next year, and this very cool Mercury Cazimi in our second house as well. So let me know how you Tauruses are doing in the comments below, and I'm sending lots and lots of love your way. Okay, the Gemini, sun, moon, and risings. Do we have any Geminis in the live chat? Please let me know what the heck is going on with you guys, because you guys are usually very, busy, on the go, moving quickly, fast paced, very creative, highly intelligent. But wow, this is like Speedy Gonzalez energy with Jupiter in your sign. We've got Morrow 40 here in the chat. Hi, Morrow is a Gemini. So what the heck's going on in your life, Morrow? Jupiter conjunct the ascendant in the solar chart, and this Mercury Cazimi in your first house. So Geminis, this is a time to be open to major breakthrough and insights and clarities regarding the very foundations of your life. The first house is the foundation of our life. It's the Aries ruled areas of life. Where you currently stand, and also having to do with your identity. The first house deals with our identity. So if any of you have been having confidence issues or issues around just clarity on what you're here to do, how you're here to serve, I'm hearing Spirit say how you're here to serve, how you're here to present yourself, that can be coming through very, very strong. You guys are going to be, I think, just buzzing around on fire, probably feeling the energy buzzing throughout your whole body during this Mercury Cazimi time. So definitely make time to, yes, be social, get out in your local community, be communicating with people, but also make time for any kind of sacred practice that resonates with you, Geminis, for receiving downloads of clarity and insight, because these are big ones. Some of you Geminis could have actually huge life changes. I know it may sound really dramatic for me to say, but on Friday, June 14th, or during this upcoming weekend, like huge shifts in your life with this Mercury Cazimi in your sign and Jupiter and Gemini, all in your sign in your first house. So be open to receiving the insights, the ideas, the clarity, and the truth. And I think a lot of you Geminis that have been open to, the alternative information, the conspiracy information, I could see a lot of you sharing that with people in your lives that are maybe just waking up, or people that have already been awakened, if you will. With Gemini on your ascendant, with Jupiter on your ascendant, Jupiter is the great teacher and sharer of wisdom. So, you are receiving a lot with this Cazimi, but there's also wisdom for you to share with others. So when the opportunities present themselves, don't hold back, because you guys are like the open channels at the time of this Cazimi. I'm going to be listening to what the Geminis are talking about at this time. Maro is saying, I am leaving public school system and moving to states next week. Holy guacamole. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. And you said you were a Gemini. This is like some really big life changes from the very foundation of your life. So congratulations, Maro. That's amazing. And that's funny because this public school system is ruled by Gemini. And moving to the States, that's very, very exciting. I'm sending lots of love your way. And Shauna in the chat says, Gemini sun, Sag moon, and lots of info and downloads, expecting life changes. Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. So yeah, sending lots of love and light to the Geminis, and happy Mercury Cazimi in your sign. Okay, Cancer, sun, moon, and risings. You are having this Mercury Cazimi very, very special in your 12th house. So, I said earlier, it's not showing up in this solar chart for the Cancers at the moment, but this Mercury Cazimi, when it's exact, is happening at 24 degrees, which is a Pisces degree. And you're having this Mercury Cazimi in the 12th house of Pisces. Pisces is about spirituality, otherworldliness, our psychic gifts and our dreams, creativity, behind the scenes work, among other things, the medical system, mental health. This is highly magical, auspicious, spiritual time. I feel like very lucky time, even because the Cancers are naturally very magical. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Risings. It is a water sign, after all. And this Mercury Cazimi is happening in a water house. You know, Pisces is a sister sign to Cancer. So this is like, I would be saying, well, I am saying, pay attention to your psychic gifts at this time, what you're getting intuitively. So yes, there can be information coming through in your day-to-day, Mercury Cazimi, you know, insights, clarity coming through in your day-to-day, but definitely pay attention to your intuition, to your dreams at this time, Cancer. This is the house of dreams. Some of you can be having very informative dreams that can direct you on the next stage of your life path to be in alignment with truth and common sense and the facts of life, which are all Gemini. Um, some of you may even feel like you have psychic abilities that are turning on at this time, new psychic abilities that are turning on. You know, I find Geminis to be very claircognizant because Gemini rules the mind. So they just know things. So Cancers, you may be finding with this Mercury Cazimi that you just are coming up with these knowings, right, of how to move forward in your life. So definitely pay attention to your dreams, your intuitive impressions that you're getting as well. And there can be breakthroughs in your mental health and deep-seated subconscious patterns. Those are all ruled by the 12th house. So I'm sending lots of love your way, Cancers, and have a very happy Mercury Cazimi. All righty, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Speaking of the Leos, we got Heather here. Thank you so much for the super chat, Heather. I really, really appreciate you. And that's so funny that you just sent that right when I'm about to talk about the Leos. Love you, Heather. Thank you so much. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. When I was preparing the charts for all the signs, I thought for the Leos, this Mercury Cazimi is really, really interesting because Leos have, you know, Gemini in the solar charts in the 11th house. Gemini is an air sign. Aquarius, the sign that, you know, is associated with the 11th house, is an air sign. So Leos, this is very mentally stimulating for you at the time of this Mercury Cazimi. This is like insights and downloads that you can be receiving about the future and your long-term goals, dreams, wishes, and aspirations, all ruled by the 11th house of Aquarius. Wow, we have like a lot of Leos here in the chat. 9 Lives Energy, Leo rising. Heather's got Leo. Maro, spouse is Leo sun. Sparkle and Grit, Leo rising here. Wow, we got lots of lions in the chat. Sunny too is a Leo rising. So what was I saying? It's very mentally stimulating. Oh yeah, the future, you know, it is important for us to be living in the present, of course, but to visualize your future, to connect to your future self. I'm getting that download right now. This would be a powerful Mercury Cazimi for you to do like a meditation with your future self, to call in your future self and to see what they have to share with you at this time. And if you've never done that before, you know, it's not something that needs to be complicated. Just go into a meditative, kind of relaxing space and just say, I call upon my future self, my future Meg or future Heather, whoever it is, to come forward and share with me any insights that are for my highest good at this time to be aware of, to move into the future that is my highest destiny line. That's something that I would personally say. So connecting to your future self, focusing on your long-term goals. Also, the 11th house rules like-minded community and friends. So going into like-minded community or being friends, there can be clarity that comes through, similar to what I was saying for the Aries for you Leos. Some of you Leos may be having very inspirational, thought-provoking conversations, red pill conversations with others in your life, in your community, friends, social gatherings, social events where you're just like dropping red pills on people. And the reason why I'm bringing up, the red pills, which isn't necessarily associated with Gemini, but we have to remember we have Pluto, the ruler of conspiracies and red pills and real deal information, in a trine to Jupiter in Gemini. So, a part of this Gemini stellium of planets. So, Pluto is bringing out the deeper conversations, the real deal information about what's been going on. So, Leo, you may find yourself having some of those types of conversations at the time of this Cazimi as well. I keep hearing Spirit say this is going to be very mentally stimulating for you. A lot of ideas about the future and your long term goals ahead can be coming through. So I love you, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. I hope what I said resonated, and I'm wishing you a very happy Mercury Cazimi. Okay, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Do we have any Virgos here in the chat? And as we start to talk about the Virgos, I'm bringing out my essential oils ruled by Virgo, the plant medicine. I am obsessed, like me being a Taurus rising, I am obsessed with my essential oils. They save my life. They get me through the day. I don't go anywhere without them. So right now I'm breathing in my balance. That's like one of my favorite. If you guys have never smelled the doTERRA oils, the doTERRA essential oils, they are so, so good. They're therapeutic grade. Love them. Love the smells. Okay, we do have some Virgos here. Jill, of course, Moon in Virgo. Marilyn, Virgo Moon and Libra rising. Okay, so for Virgos, this is interesting. This Mercury Cazimi is happening in your 10th house. You've got this stellium of planets in Gemini currently in your 10th house. So this is insights and downloads and clarity that can be coming through regarding your, the 10th house is about career and work and our legacy, right? So it's very career focused. We've also got Pluto in the trine to Jupiter. Jupiter is conjunct your midheaven in the solar charts, very lucky, very positive. Pluto in the 6th house of day-to-day work in trine to Jupiter in the house of, our career and our legacy. This is very much about your legacy, your purpose. I'm hearing Spirit say, what do you want to be remembered for? And are you doing that at the moment? And if you're not, how can you be doing more of that? Or if you're not sure about what your legacy is, if you're not sure about what your higher purpose and your calling is, that could even be coming through for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Risings with this Mercury Cazimi. Also, the 10th house rules our elders in our life, our parents, our grandparents, our authority figures, if you will, people older than us in life. So since this is a Mercury Cazimi in Gemini with a stellium of planets in Gemini, Virgos, you may be finding that parents or grandparents, elderly people, older people than you are wanting to have some in-depth conversations with Pluto in trine to Jupiter right on your midheaven, right? Which is older people in our life. Some older people or parents or grandparents starting to have wake up experiences, consciousness shifts where they're going to kind of want you to guide them, to assist them in understanding some of the things that are going on in the world as the matrix is falling apart right before our eyes. So let me know, Virgo, if any of you have been going through that. And the 10th house, similar to the 11th house, can also rule our long-term goals. There can be insights coming through in regards to that. So while you're in the workplace, some of these insights can be coming through. And even the 10th house rules, the midheaven rather, rules the sun at the height of his power at noon. So I would suggest Virgos going out actually at noontime, if possible, because this Mercury Cazimi is actually going to be happening at just afternoon at 12:30 p.m. Well, if you're in Eastern time. to go out under the noon sun or the noon sky and just stand there and see what it has to offer you. Because you've got Jupiter on your midheaven, you've got this Sun Mercury Cazimi in your 10th house. So be open, and you can be feeling very career focused at this time, but make a little bit of time for solitude or meditation or journaling, because there's some very important downloads that can be coming through having to do with your legacy and your purpose and your work and your parents and elder figures as well. So I hope what I said resonated, and I'm sending you guys lots of love. Okay, excuse me, Libra, sun, moon, and risings. Do we have any Libras here? I think we do have some Libras in the chat. You're having this Mercury Cazimi in your 9th house. This is very special because the 9th house is about our higher consciousness. It's the Sagittarian ruled areas of life. We, of course, are having this Cazimi at 24 degrees, which is very spiritual. It's our heightened higher awareness. The 9th house is our higher consciousness. So Libras, you can be feeling maybe a little bit, I was going to say airy fairy, but that's not the right thing to say. You can be feeling really possibly altered. Sometimes I'd like to use the word altered, which means when we're feeling like a lot of energy, spiritually, we can be really feeling our higher consciousness. You can be noticing the shifts that are going on in the consciousness in the collective, and you can be very attuned to that. On this Mercury Cazimi day, the 9th house in particular does rule our beliefs, our higher consciousness, foreign travel, foreign people, higher learning, and courses and learning institutions, and also publishing. So those areas of life can be really highlighted for you on this Mercury Cazimi day and during this time. And there can be insights and breakthroughs happening with your beliefs, okay? And, with Pluto in your 5th house, which can have to do with, the 5th house can have to do with our childhood, our inner child. With Pluto in your 5th house, in trine to Jupiter in your 9th house, with the Mercury Cazimi also in your 9th house, this can be breaking through of, any programming of religious institutions, religious information. Jupiter is religious information or cult information. If you've ever been in a religion from childhood where you felt really like things were programmed into you, and you may still be holding some of that, there can be a breakthrough of moving past that and insights about how to move forward and what spiritual practices resonate with you, what dogmas no longer resonate with you. So it's very much also about your spirituality, your higher consciousness. Great time to be meditating, journaling, doing automatic writing. And there can be information of really positive travel that you can be doing in the future, or new courses to take. So I'm sending you, Libras, lots and lots of love, and have a happy Mercury Cazimi. And now we're going to go to the Scorpios. Shout out to all my fellow Scorpios. I am a Scorpio sun. Barbara says, I have had very amazing insights lately. Very cool, Barbara. And you said you're a Libra moon. That's how recently is lately, Deborah? I mean, Barbara. I'm messing up all my words today. Sorry, you guys. I'm asking because for the Libras in the solar charts, you guys have just had Jupiter ingress into your 9th house of Sagittarius, which can bring lots of amazing insights, more positive energy and optimism over the course of the whole next year. So very good news for all the Libras. Sparkling Grit says, Scorpio sun here. Okay, I'm not the only one. Yay, we had Sunny in here earlier. I don't know if she's still here. But yeah, shout out to all my Scorpios. So Scorpios, this is a special time because we've just had Jupiter ingress into our 8th house for the whole next year. Yay, the 8th house is the Scorpio ruled areas of life. And we're having this Mercury Cazimi in our 8th house, the Scorpio house. So this is very, very empowering for us. This is very, very deep for us. And this can be insights that we're having regarding our, you know, depths, insights coming from the depths of our soul. Okay, that's the eighth house. The eighth house is like authenticity and the depths of your soul. Wisdom from your shadow side, wisdom from the traumatic experiences that you have been through and how to move forward from that. There can also be the eighth house, and the seventh house has to do with our committed partners that we merge with. Eighth house in particular is more like the love partner, if you will. So for us Scorpios, we could have, if you're in a committed relationship, our love partners can be going through a huge download, a huge breakthrough where we maybe need to be having some conversations with them, holding some space for them. Um, that can be very, very highlighted as well. Also, insights and clarity around hidden money. The eighth house rules investments, inheritances, gifts of money, money coming out of nowhere. So that can be very highlighted. I'm not a financial advisor, but just saying, for Scorpios, this could be a good day to possibly make some investments with Pluto in trine to Jupiter in the eighth house, and with that Mercury Cazimi there, to maybe start taking a investing course or a crypto course, or kind of getting more into that. That can be coming up as well. And it may sound silly for me to say, but the eighth house does rule sex. Okay. So there could be, if any of you Scorpios out there are going to be having sex on this Mercury Cazimi day, June 14th, while you're having sex, while you're in that orgasmic state, there's major insights, clarity, facts that can be coming through for you through being sexual, through having sex, through being in pleasure. So, very empowering that it's happening in our eighth house, Scorpio. Let me know how you are all feeling with it. If any of you have had any insights come through yet, and I'm sending lots of love and light your way. Now we move to the Saggy Waggies, the Sagittarians. And for all you Saggies, you're having this Mercury Cazimi happen in your seventh house. Activate your seventh house. And you've got Venus currently in the seventh house. Venus is the ruler of the seventh house of the Libra areas of life. You've got Jupiter in the seventh house. You've got a lot of benefic planets in a very benefic house. So this is very much, Saggies, about your commitments with others. The seventh house is others. So this is highlighting your romantic relationship, if you are in one, your work relationship, your relationship with clients, if you have any people that you have commitments with. And there can be insights and downloads in particular that are coming through in regards to that. Similar to what I was just saying for the Scorpios, with this Mercury Cazimi in your seventh house, your committed love or work partner or clients, if you work with them, can be having major breakthroughs where you're needing to converse. Gemini is converse, talk with them about it, and maybe have some really in-depth conversations with them, where some of them may start to be going through a big mind shift, a big deprogramming, with Pluto in trine to Jupiter in your seventh house, a big wake up. So there's a very big focus on the others in your life and your commitments. And the seventh house also rules our aesthetic and our style. So you could be having some clarity and insights around how you want to present yourself fashion wise in your aesthetic and style moving forward, which does have a big effect on what we attract in life, how we feel physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritual, by how we present ourselves. So I hope that resonated, Saggies, and I'm sending lots and lots of love your way, wishing you a very happy Mercury Cazimi. Okay, now we're going to move to the Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Risings. And you Cappies are having this Mercury Cazimi in your sixth house of day-to-day work and health and your routines and organization, and also pets. So Cappies, I know a lot of you love to work, a lot of you love to be committed and to be accomplishing something and in your responsibilities. Jill is here and she's a Capricorn. This is insights that you can be receiving in your workplace while you're at work. There can be synchronicities, downloads coming through of truth and insights also regarding your work, regarding your career. And this is the house of health. So, this is an amazing day to even Capricorns and just time over the weekend that we're stepping into to put some focus on your health. Maybe journal about, do you have health goals? Do you have a health routine? Is there any lifestyle changes you need to make in terms of your health? And naturally it can just be coming through that, you're wanting to start a new lifestyle change that's positive for you. Lifestyle routine. Jill here says, at work now, I just started a gym routine. Oh my God, that's so funny. So you literally cannot make this stuff up. Thank you for sharing that, Jill. That is so funny. Yeah, so Cappies, it is very much about your work and your health. And the sixth house also rules how we're organized and our pets. So some of you, if you've been looking for a new pet, or if there's been any issues or confusions regarding a pet, there can be clarity and insight coming through in regards to that. Excuse me, you guys. So that's so funny, Jill. You say, I literally just started on Monday, LOL. Love it. So, yeah, Cappies, I'm sending lots and lots of love your way. Let me know how you guys all do with this Mercury Kazimi, and see you on the other side. Okay, Mercury, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Risings. This is a fun one for you guys. This has been a fun kind of energy for the Aquarians, having this Gemini stellium of planets in your fifth house, including Jupiter in your fifth house. That's one of the most positive things you can have in astrology, and you're having that for the whole next year. Aquarians, this is insights, downloads, clarity coming through with this Mercury Kazimi for you in your fifth house in regards to your creativity, your confidence, your gifts and talents, and sharing them with the world, right? The fifth house is very much about our gifts and our talents and our creativity, but it's about sharing them with the world. And you literally cannot make this stuff up, because as I'm starting to talk about the fifth house of Leo, cats, my kitty Ocean just walked into the room and he's starting to meow. Do you want to come up here, Ocean? So I think that's actually happened a couple times lately, where I've either been talking about the fifth house or I've been talking about Leos, and Ocean or Shia walks in the room. Say hi to everybody, Ocean. Oh, everybody loves you. Ocean was coughing really intensely today. So there was something that was bothering you, but now you're feeling better. And we're sending lots of love to the Aquarians and everybody out there. Okay. So where was I? Yeah. So with this Mercury Kazimi in your fifth house, it's really bringing insight into your gifts and talents and how to showcase them. And now with, Pluto in your sign conjunct your ascendant in the solar charts, Aquarians are stepping into this transit of major empowerment, where the world is ready to see your gifts that before Pluto in Aquarius for a lot of your life might have been considered too weird, or people might not have been ready to, hear about that, or to see you really in your most empowered, authentic self. And I'm not saying that we need to hold back our most authentic self, but I notice with some Aquarians, Sun, Moon, and Rising in my life, personally and professionally, that a lot of Aquarians kind of sometimes hold back their weirdness or hold back their gifts and talents because they just feel so different. And that can be a challenge in life. So, Aquarians, this Mercury Kazimi is bringing in confidence and clarity around what exactly are your gifts and talents moving forward. And this would actually be a good time to share your gifts and talents, to publicly say, I am a tarot card reader, or I am a natural health practitioner, or I want to be a soccer player. Actually say that and showcase that can help to attract that and even bring clarity into your life. The fifth house also rules children. So there can be, if you have children around you, children are highlighted in your life. There can be positive developments happening with them. And the fifth house also rules our own inner child. So, with Pluto in a trine to Jupiter in the fifth house and this Mercury Cazimi there can be breakthroughs in the healing of your inner child and insights coming through from your inner child. Doing an inner child meditation would be amazing for you Aquarians at this time. So I'm sending lots and lots of love your way and wishing you a very happy Mercury Cazimi. Okay, and lastly, we go to the Pisces sun, moon, and risings. All y'all Pisces are having this Mercury Cazimi in your fourth house. So this is really interesting because the fourth house, the Cancer ruled areas of life, is very private. It's very much about home, family, our emotional well-being, our foundational self, our ancestors, our family members. So, Pisces, you may be having some very informative, important, with Pluto in trine to Jupiter in your fourth house, conversations with family members at this time that bring clarity and insight. There can also be clarity and insight coming through in regards to having a home, if you've been looking for a home, wanting to make any changes in your home, around the place that you live, your ancestors as well. This would be an amazing Mercury Cazimi for you to maybe do an ancestors meditation, connect to your ancestors, see what kind of insights they have to share with you. So it's very much around your home, your family, your emotions, and you can be feeling really emotionally inspired with this Mercury Cazimi. So Darlene says Pisces sun, Pisces rising, and Sagittarius moon. Wow, double Pisces. That is really, really powerful. So you can also be getting a lot of, with this Mercury Cazimi Pisces at a Pisces degree, a lot of intuitive insights. And I would also say pay attention to your dreams that you have during this time, big time. Be Balanced says Pisces moon, Libra, Aries rising. Just talked to ancestors today while in a forest path. That is so, so cool. And again, you can't make this stuff up. The astrology doesn't lie. So thank you so much for sharing that. Be Balanced. And yeah, we've gone through all the 12 signs for this Mercury Cazimi and also reading for the collective. Let me know if any of you have any comments in the live chat or anything that you feel like sharing before I finish up here. And I do want to mention again that in just less than 3 weeks, I know it's really last minute, but my husband Jens and I are hosting a Sacred England retreat that Jill is coming on and Tracy is coming on, who's in the live chat. We're so excited to meet you guys and have you guys join us. We've got one spot left on our Sacred England retreat. So if you would like to last minute sign up, the link is in the description box of this website, of this video on my website, megmoonbeam.com. And Jill says, you're always so lovely, Meg. Thanks so much. You're also always spot on. Can't wait for England. Well, thank you very much, Jill. I really appreciate that. And yes, I cannot wait for England as well. Also, my personal astrology readings are available at the description box as well at consultations.beyondmystic.net. And I have one reading left in August, and then I'm going to be fully booked until September. So if you'd like to have a personal reading with me sometime soon, you can go to that website and book in. And I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for all your support. Just with everything that I do in sharing the astrology and sharing, my intuitive impressions, just allowing me to be my magical, authentic self. Since it's Gemini season and it's about communication, I just want to communicate that I love you all very, very much. And I appreciate you all very, very much that support me. And, sometimes I can't always respond to every message or email or comment, but just know that I really do appreciate you. I really do love you all. And I hope that what I'm sharing here on my channels benefits you and uplifts you and supports you during these times. And I just love you guys so, so much. I want to give you all a hug. So, yeah, wishing you guys the most magical Mercury Kazimi ever. And remember, we're going to feel it not just Friday, June 14th, but for the whole weekend. We'll kind of be in the energy of it. So, love you guys so much. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all very soon. And stay tuned for Sunny's Crystal Weekly predictions coming out, I believe, tomorrow on the Meg Moonbeam and Sunny from Pluto channels. So I love you guys and have an amazing Kazimi. Bye.